we saw opportunities in DCM earlier in the year in debt capital markets. There was a lot of corporate fundraising through debt. Credit funds have been very busy. To an extent, special situations and the restructuring that's involved there. Some of those deal positions have been quite risky, so we've not seen a huge amount there. But what we have seen is just the growth of credit funds because the banks don't have the balance sheets to lend as they used to. So, for example, the rise of the trade finance funds in Asia has been one common theme, which again has created opportunities for lawyers to join them that may traditionally have gone into a bank. The volatility in the market has meant sales and trading desks for the banks, the brokerages, have been at best for a long time. A lot of the sales and trading desks for the banks hit their annual target like halfway through the year. Some of them had, it was either April, I think it was April, had a record month for the whole time in Asia. There's been a huge amount of volume there, and they've made huge amounts of money, and that has been supported in some cases by legal hiring, where there's been despite a lot of the banks essentially having free headcount freezes, where there is a genuine identified need for a lawyer, where the legal risk would be unacceptable, they're able to still hire there. So we've actually been very busy in that area for the brokerages, for the banks, but also on the buy side, hedge funds. Hedge funds have been hiring quite a few lawyers this year because, again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity they see as to get this kind of payout from the volatility in the market. So that would cover, prime brokerage lawyers, cash equities, equity derivatives, fixed income derivatives, and across the board for global markets, essentially. General corporate and commercial has actually been quite busy all year. So for the firms that are focused less on transactional, the general corporate commercial has been busy because there's been a great deal of inquiries regarding force majeure. There's been renegotiation of contracts, and so the general day-to-day corporate commercial work, which doesn't necessarily pay that well, but it keeps things flowing, been quite busy. And transactional teams have been picking up that work if the actual transactions haven't been there. We've seen some preparatory work for transactional work. There's a ton of cash being held by private equity that at some stage needs to be deployed. Market's probably not quite right for that downstream yet. We did see the private equity firms trying to hire quite a few lawyers, but a lot of that got put on hold. And then out of that corporate commercial work, or linked to it, has been employment. Employment's had one of its busiest years. So we placed a number of employment associates and partners, in fact, but the teams haven't grown hugely because corporate lawyers have been redeployed.